A code editor plays a virtual role in the world of programming, serving essential tool for developer and software engineers. In this video, we'll talk a little about code editor. My name is Adeleke Samuel. If this is your first time on our page, you can subscribe or like our page. It motivates us to do more of such video. Fine, let's start. Code editor. Now, code editor is that platform or environment that a programmer put his code, put his syntax, and it makes it meaningful. It makes coding interesting. By the time you are typing, you are writing your code on a code editor, it makes things, it give you different coloration, and you're able to see what you are doing. A code editor. A code editor is a software application specifically designed for writing and editing code of a computer program. Now, it helps in many ways. When you write your program, it makes editing, it makes writing, it makes modifying, and it makes managing of code. It makes it easy. When you are writing your code, you write it as you are writing it, it's for you to edit it, to know where the error is, to modify and to manage it at any given time, even to manage your different version of your code. Code editor makes it easy. We have different type of code editors, some of which are Visual Studio Code, Visual Studio, Notepad plus plus, Sublime. We have different type of them, and they are designed for specific needs. Some are designed for desktop application, some are designed for web application, some are designed for mobile application, some are for the two together. It depends on the application you want to do. It depends on the project you have at hand, so as to know which type of code editor you are to use. Some code editor make it easy for you to run any type of project at any time that you want to run, and some even make it easy for you if you are using Linux, if you are using Mac, if you are using Windows. There are code editor designed for these different environments, and they are there to make life easy for you. So if your operating system is Windows, you just have to look for a window, the version of that code editor that run on Windows. And when you do, code editor is that application that makes you select your type of application that you want to build. If you are building for JavaScript, you are building for Python, it makes it easier for you. If you are building for a particular OS, maybe you are building for iOS, you are building for Linux, a Mac, or Windows, it makes it easier for you to select the environment you are doing designing for. If you are doing a desktop application extension, if you are doing a mobile app, code editor makes it easy for you to select, and from the start you are building what you are supposed to build. And when everything is set, it makes your coding, makes it neat, indentation is easy, colorization is there, and if there's error, if there's any part, you are able to trace it easily with a code editor. Some of the reasons why we use code editor is for syntax highlighting, code completion, error checking, debugging complexity, modify and managing. It helps you to check for syntax error. Code editor it underlines the error for you, and you're able to correct it. When you're writing your code, it helps you to give colorization. It put different color for different classes, and you need to know what you are doing. In checking for errors are make easy. You can easily spot where there is an error, and that reason why when you use your code editor, debugging modification is so much easy. Now there are different type of code editor. We have them in different type, and when you are choose the one that best suit the application you want to develop per time. Some list of code editors, some are paid, some are free, and the free and the pay, they only have little information different from themselves. Each one of them will serve you very well. If you are choosing a free code editor, Visual Studio Code is a free code editor that anybody can use. Atom, Sublime, Notepad plus, Eclipse, and so many other ones, they are free code editor, and each one of them you can develop a full-fledged application from start to finish in them. The paid one, we have Visual Studio, we have the web storm, we have PHP storm, and the Sublime. All of them are geared towards making things easy for you as a developer. So whichever one you lay your hand on, you just have to know your code editor. You just have to be able to work with the code editor so as to be able to start and finish your application at any time, at any given time. Now, we need to note this, that code editor offers additional features and or support here and there. Now, these features are not necessarily going to hinder you from deploying your code. It's just an extension at any given time. But whichever one you pick, just note that code editor is key. Code editor is important. Different version of them are releasing every time. Me as a developer, over the years, I've been working with Visual Studio for quite a long year, and I've been able to develop that relationship. I understand my type of code because it gave me a wide range view of me being able to select any type of application I want to develop. Maybe a desktop, maybe a web, maybe a mobile. I'm able to pick and I'm able to design with a Visual Studio. Now, for more information like this, just subscribe on our page to get notified when we upload new video for you to check, for you to watch. Stay tuned. Thank you for listening. Thank you so much.